boy. Sit. Good. Okay, good boy. So what we did there is we used the prompt, sit. Good. Even if he's sitting. Okay, I can still reiterate the word sit. Come on, buddy. Sit. Good. There we go. Okay, let's try another one. Good boy. Sit. Good. Okay, good job. Good job. So in regards to the sit, it's a fundamental exercise, and the sit is used for many different applications. There's your toy. Everything from stopping door charging, teaching your dog to sit at the front door and not to bolt through the door. Also, let's say if you're going for a walk and you're encountering another dog on the street, you can have your dog sit as the other dog approaches. It gives you more control that way. From the working dog perspective, let's say when we're doing odor detection, we would have the dog indicate by sitting when he finds the source of the odor. So it is a very fundamental exercise, and one, if we do it properly right from the get-go, it's going to stay with us throughout the dog's life. So you notice we have the platform, and the reason why I like to use the platform when I'm working with the young dogs, it gives me more control as opposed to having the dog on the floor. As you see on the floor, he can go everywhere. On the platform, we capture and maintain his attention just a little bit longer. So you may have to teach him first what it means, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll bait a little path towards the platform, then I'll put a couple here and I'll encourage him up. So, just like that. As soon as his feet go up, I'll treat him right away, and then as soon as his whole body goes up like that, he gets bonus treats. And that's how we teach them to like the platform. And with all our stationary commands, the sit, stay, the down, stay, the stand for examination, we tend to do everything on the platform. Like I said, it just makes it easier in the way of controlling the young dog. Because like you see with that little terrier, he is very distracted. And this really helps us in a way of moving forward with our obedience. Sit. Good. Okay, good boy. Yeah, come here, buddy. Yeah. Come on. Sit. Okay, good boy. Where you going? Get right over here, buddy. Sit. Good. Good boy. Okay. Get your treat out for them. Put it by his nose. Get his attention.
Sit. Good.
Okay.
Okay, good.
And one more.
Yeah, I know.
Put it by his nose.
Come on.
That's it. Keep his attention. Get him excited. Come on. Have your food ready. You've got to be ready as a handler. Let's go. Sit. Good. Okay. There you go. And the release. Good. We'll give him a break. Let's take him over there. So when we're working with the young dog folks, we've got to be fast. Because as you see with that little terrier there, he's very busy. He's very distracted. And we don't have that luxury of being casual about it. So when you're working with your dog, you got to be mentally prepared. So you got to have, first of all, we got to have our bait in our hand. We normally do 2 sets of 4 reps. So just like when I'm at the gym, I've got my program, I'm doing 3 sets of 10 reps or whatever. It's the same thing with my dog. 2 sets of 4 reps. So here's one set. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. And good. Okay. So there's 4. We take them off. I might do mild play, not too heavy. I don't want him too distracted. Just enough to give him a little relief from the work. Then we go back and we do the second set. Now what we're using is what we call prompting or luring. We have the bait in our hand and we're literally keeping it in a closed fist like that, right by his nose. Let him work at it if he has to. Simply bring it up and back over his head. And what will happen is his head is going to do this, which will cause the body to fall. And once the butt hits the ground, we mark it, reward, and we release right away. You must have a release command. The command that we use is okay or free. It means the exercise is finished. Because he's a young dog, you don't want to stand there and wait. Next you know, he gets up and then you're saying, okay, it's too late. You've got to do it immediately. And like I said, right now we're using prompting. We're also using a technique called fixed ratio. And what that is we're going to have the dog perform the exercise for a set amount of repetitions. So let's say 4. And every time he does it, we must reward him. That is a fixed ratio. Doing it for a set amount of reps. And then eventually we're going to put it on a variable schedule reinforcement where, let's say, out of 5 repetitions, we would probably reinforce him maybe 2 or 3 times. But each time he does it, we mark it. So not necessarily rewarding him every time. So for example, here's our 5 repetitions. Sit. Good. We mark. Good. No treat. Good. Treat. Good. No treat. Good. Treat. And why would we put it on a variable schedule reinforcement? Well, think of it as like the casino. You go to the casino, You pull on the lever, nothing happens. You pull on it again, nothing happens. You pull on it again, jackpot. Boom. Then you say to yourself, man, I'm going to see if I can get more. So you put in another quarter and you do the same thing again. Nothing happens. Boom, same thing. What happens is mentally now you become hooked. You work harder to see if you can get that big payout. And it's the same thing with the dog. When we put it on a variable schedule reinforcement, the dog will work harder in order to earn the treat. So once again, in the beginning, we put it on a fixed ratio where we're going to reinforce every single attempt. And then we're going to put it on a variable schedule reinforcement where we're going to reinforce intermittently. And that's going to help strengthen the behavior. And again, this is just a simple sit. This is not the stay. We're just teaching you the very basics. Like I said, it's a fundamental exercise used for many different applications later on. And so we want to get it down right from now, because what we're doing today, we're going to apply it to other behaviors like our down, our stand for examination, other behaviors where it requires the dog to hold a position. So let's bring him up.
Sit.
Mark, release.
Okay.
Good. We'll try it again. Notice now the handler is using a clicker as the marker.
Sit. Okay. Good.
Good. Ideally, in the beginning, I would stick with one form of marker as opposed to mixing up the two.
Sit.
Release.
Okay. Good.
Nice. We'll try one more. She draws him up using the prompt.
Sit. Okay.
Good boy. Lots of praise. Very good. We'll give him a little break. We'll take him off to the side. Good job, buddy. Now, I don't know if you noticed in the video there, she was actually rewarding or reinforcing the dog with the prompt. However, the prompt was slightly up, which caused him to stay up. That's handler error. Ideally, what we want is for the dog's head to go up, but his feet to remain on the ground. So for that to happen now, all it is we have to make sure, we have to be very cognizant of where we hold our hand. He's going to push. We should not allow him to push. You have to keep your hand steady. And then once he neutralizes where he's steady, now we mark and we reward. So we're going to bring him out again, and I'm going to see if I can try one with him and see if we can see a difference in his behavior. Sit in. Sit. Good. Now you see where I kept my hand? Okay. I kept it lower. We'll try it again. Sit. Good. There we go. Okay. We're going to try one more. Sit. Good. And you see I keep my hand steady in one spot. I don't allow it to move. Okay, yeah, and I had to release him quickly. Very nice. So I kept my hand steady in one spot, which prevented the dog from coming off of his feet, off of the ground, sorry. So if he's making mistakes like that, it's not the dog, it's the handler. So we have to be very cognizant of how we hold our hand when we're working with the dog. And remember, keep your sessions short. I usually do 2 sets, 4 reps per set, a maximum of 8. A little break in between, and at the very end of your session, that's when you can engage the dog's play drive. Now we'll bring out his favorite toy, whether it be a ball, a tug toy, and show him exercise finished or school is out. Now it's recess time, it's play time, have a good time, and then you put him up. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If so, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel so we can notify you when we have new and upcoming videos. And also, you might want to check out my new book, Instincts to Excellence. It outlines everything in regards to dog training, behavior, theory, the whole 9. Take care, guys.